Hey you guys, I'm Bianca. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch my video today. As you can see, I have this wooden chest. I'm just showing you all the imperfections and scratches it has all over it. I picked this up from Goodwill for about $25. If you ask me, I do think that's a little bit high, but I believe they priced it that way because it is all real wood. Also, I knew that if I bought a brand new chest, it would be way over $100 to $200. So I knew I could make this look really nice for only 25 bucks. Okay, so for this trash to treasure video, the first thing I'm gonna do is start off by sanding down the whole wooden chest. Now I'm just taking this machine to sand it down, and I have 100 grit paper on it. For the lid part, I am going to restain it. So I was debating on doing a gray stain or a brown stain, but I ended up having to do a brown stain. Even though it still came out looking really nice, I had to do the brown stain because I should have bought a tougher grit paper for the lid. Now as for the rest of the chest, the 100 grit paper was fine because I was going to paint it white regardless. So if I would have bought a tougher grit paper for the lid, the raw wood would have shown through better and I would have been able to stain it any way I like. But since my sandpaper wasn't as tough for the lid, the brown was still showing through, so I had to do a brown stain. That's what I mean by that. As for the rest of the chest, I'm just sanding it down lightly, not too much, just to paint it white. Alright, so after sanding it down while still having it outside, I took a rag and wiped it down as best as I could. And then I just brought it inside, put a big trash bag on the bottom as you can see, and now I'm taking this JACOBEAN MINIWAX stain. I'm just covering the whole lid with this stain. Now I'm doing the stain first before I actually do the chalk paint on the rest of the chest because stain takes forever to dry because it's oil based. So I wanted to make sure I did this first before actually painting. So once I finish staining the top part of the lid, now I'm going to open the chest up and I'm going to actually leave it open for the rest of the time that I paint the whole chest. So I'm just making sure I get all the sides of this lid stained very well. So I'm going to leave the lid open like I said so the stain can dry, and now I'm just mixing up my Rust-Oleum chalked paint. I believe it is in linen satin, but no worries, I'm going to leave all of this stuff linked in the description box. I'm also going to be using this new Renaissance chalk paint brush from my Amazon store. It is linked below as well. I really like this brush because the bristles are kind of tough to where I can get into the crevices of like these striped wood pieces, which kind of looks like shiplap. Now what I did learn from painting this piece was that I should start on the shiplap looking part of this chest first. That way I can get into the crevices very well first, and then I would do the outside of the chest. Now this brush works really well. It is so easy to paint with this brush, so I really recommend it. I'm doing a really light thin first coat, and then once it dries, which chalk paint doesn't take that long to dry, I will do a second coat. Sorry if the lighting is not that good. I am doing this video in the evening time, so it's kind of dark in my living room, and then the TV kind of goes in and out of different lighting, so sorry about that, but I'm just showing you how the first coat looks. Now onto the side of the chest. As you can see, I'm starting on the striped wood first because it's easier. Once I paint that whole middle piece, then I will do the outside. Now I'm painting the back of the chest, which is super easy because it's just a solid piece of wood. Okay, so this dried very well. It is actually the next day, and now I'm just going to be doing the second and final coat of this chalk paint, and I'm using the same technique as I did before by just starting off with the striped wood pieces first. So I did purchase the bare wax to apply to the chalk paint after, but I did start applying it, and I don't know, I kind of didn't like the way it looked. So you guys let me know what method I should use. I did use the same brush that I painted it with. So I'm just showing you how I had it decorated first. I do have a video on this space right here, and I will link it at the top. Now I moved that out the way, put it in my living room, and now I'm just gonna add the chest. As you can see, it's completely dry. It came out so pretty. I love it. You cannot see any scratches at all. I'm just gonna add a few pieces from around the house just to finish the look. I'm not completely done with it. I have a few more ideas, which I will show you in another video.